ask Mina to do a roll call.
AFAP Austria, EPSA Belgium, SAFM Bosnia Herzegovina, BPCC Bulgaria, CPSA Croatia, CPSA Cyprus, USF Czech Republic, ANF France, BPHD Germany, HUPSA Hungary, IPSA Ireland, LPSA Latvia, KDAT and Latvia the Netherlands, MPSA North Macedonia, PPSA Poland, HPF Portugal, PAS for Romania, NAPSR Serbia, SPSA Slovakia, SHISTA for Slovenia, FEF Spain, SNAP Sweden, ASIP Switzerland, UPS International Turkey, BPSA United Kingdom. We have 22 voting members present, I believe.
And I have Mihai with the technical.
Mihai, President, I resume the standing orders.
Thank you. We shall move on with the agenda. Next point is the appointment of a 17th Autumn Assembly Chairperson. I will read the motion. The 59th EPSA General Assembly appoints Riyad Serak as the Chairperson of the 17th EPSA Autumn Assembly. I open the floor for discussion. Can you type a no if you do not have anything to add? In this case, I have Mihai with the technical.
Mihai, President, I close the floor for discussion.
Okay, I will read the motion again. The 59th EPSA General Assembly appoints Riyad Serak as the Chairperson of the 17th EPSA Autumn Assembly. I have Duarte with the technical. I guess that is the technical.
Yes, sorry. So just to clarify, you on Thursday you have to vote in people needs to be always by the Google Forms. I would like to ask you if you feel comfortable to vote on the chat once it is more faster.
Okay, thank you, Duarte. I see general agreement. I will ask you to stop with the Y's. I will draw a line, and please cast your vote for, against, or abstain in the chat. I will draw a line to not receive any more votes. We will redo the voting procedure. We have 23 votes here, and on the first roll call, we had 22 voting members. Duarte?
I would ask for the association that vote now that was late for the roll call. It will not have the voting rights for this session, so we will not be able to vote.
Okay, I will draw another line and we will redo the voting procedure. Please cast your vote in the chat for, against, or abstain, and whoever was not here at the first roll call, please do not vote, as you do not have voting rights for this GE session. Thank you. We are still missing 3 votes. I'll draw a line. I will not be accepting any more votes. We have 21 votes for. Motion was carried unanimously. I'd like to congratulate Riyadh for joining the EPSA team. And I shall move on to the next point of the agenda. This is the final financial report of the 42nd EPSA Annual Congress, Sofia, Bulgaria. I will read the motion. The 59th EPSA General Assembly accepts the final financial report of the 42nd EPSA Annual Congress 2019. I open the floor for discussion. I have Camber.
Committee examined this report thoroughly, and I think it is accepted.
Thank you, Camber. Do we have... Yes, we have Janine, please.
Janine, Audit Committee member. After auditing the final financial report of the EPSA Annual Congress 2019, the Audit Committee recommends the General Assembly for its approval.
Thank you, Janine. Do we have any more new points to this? I would like to see a no in the chat if you don't. I don't see any more new points, so I have Mihai with the technical.
Mihai, President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you, Mihai. We shall move on to the voting procedure. I will read the motion again. The 59th EPSA General Assembly accepts the final financial report of the 42nd EPSA Annual Congress 2019. I shall draw a line. Please cast your vote in the chat for, against, or abstain. I will draw another line. We are not accepting any more votes. We have 21 votes for. Motion was carried unanimously. Next on the agenda is EPSA Strategic Plan 2018-2021. I have Mihai.
Oh my god, okay. Mihai, President, sorry. Adobe is just messing again. Just want first to congratulate Tony for a great annual congress that they organized last year. And yeah, thank you for the great experience.
Do we have any more questions or comments? Yes, Mihai.
Mihai, President. Yeah, like I sent a document that was annexed to the G package. Everything is in there regarding the follow-up on the strategy plan, if you have any questions. But that's quite a plain, yeah.
I would like for you to type a no if you don't have anything else to add in the chat, so that we know to close the floor. Okay, I see general agreement. Mihai? No floor, exactly. I'm sorry. We shall move on to the next point. And the next point is future EPSA events. And we will first have updates from the 22nd EPSA University in Bucharest, Romania 2020. I'd like you to excuse me for a second to change the presentation. Okay, can everyone see the presentation? Okay, Sorina, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Sorina, Chairperson of Summer University 2020, probably, unfortunately, for the last time. I'm here to bring you very, very sad news.
Okay, I have a technical from FASEPR. Is it different than what I wrote in the chat? Daniela, same thing?
Hello?
Okay, thank you. Please speak up.
Can
Speak
you
louder so we can hear you.
trying my best? It's better or not?
Can you hear her now?
No? Okay, I will.
Try to speak up, please, as loud as you can. Your microphone volume is really low.
Is it better? No, no. Should I disconnect and reconnect, maybe? Can I? Okay, I will try.
Yes, that is good.
Okay. So, as I was saying, you're chairperson of Summer University 2020, probably, unfortunately, for the last time. Because I'm bringing very, very sad news, unfortunately, due to this entire situation. We are somehow forced to cancel Summer University, not postpone it, because many, many things are happening, and unfortunately, the current RC cannot be the RC of the postponed event, so we cannot put this entire burden on someone else. As you will see, I will right now just present you everything through the slides. So if Mihai can change the slides, I will tell you what has been done for the registration. Due to the current situation, we postponed it at first, but unfortunately they won't happen anymore. We had a meeting regarding the registration and everything with EPSA. We were preparing it, but unfortunately they won't happen. As the next slide will tell you, at the moment, because of the situation, the impossibility of organizing the event this year, we asked for the money back from the hotel, and we received them, or we will receive them quite soon. The hotel agreed that they will give us the entire amount of money back. So yeah, they are still willing to collaborate with us. As you will see in our future slides, we are still planning to organize an event, but unfortunately we need a new RC and everything, so that's why we decided on a cancellation. For now, we don't have any more money stuck in reservations and anything like that. The contract with the hotel was the only one that we signed. And due to all the fees and everything, we won't be able to get back 145 euros. But we should see. We are still discussing within the RC and probably with the sponsors to check if we can get those monies from the sponsors, or we as an RC we need to cover that amount of money, but it's not that much, so I think everything will be fine. As you will see in the next slide, at the moment we have that amount of money on our bank accounts, and we were supposed to sign even more, to sign a contract for even more than that. But unfortunately, due to this entire COVID situation, we couldn't sign the next contract, and we were in discussion with the other pharmacy companies. But again, unfortunately, when we decided that this will be cancelled, we will also contact them and tell them everything. But we will refer them to the future RCs when the local association and the national one will decide to organize a new event. We will contact the sponsor and see if they are willing to collaborate with us for future events, or if they will still allow us to use the money for the future events that we are planning to apply for quite soon. Yeah, when it comes to PR and logistics, for now, we will only use the materials that we have, and we will really soon announce the cancellation on our social media. But first, we had to have it officially in the GA and also talk with EPSA and see what is the exact procedure when it comes to cancellation. It's not like a really nice subject for us either, but we had so many meetings with them for this. It was really difficult. Yeah, and the next slide will explain you more about the cancellation. It's mostly because most of the RC and the helping team, a part of the helping team, won't be able to be part of the experience next year, unfortunately, because we are graduating, and due to our law in Romania, we cannot be volunteers in our local association if we are graduating. So a new RC should be elected with a chairperson included because I'm on the 5th year and I will be graduating quite soon. And unfortunately, until now, from the helping team or for the members that will remain from the RC, no one wanted to be chairperson, and no other members said that they will be that brave to take this further to become RC and even more. This is one of the main problems. Also, the problem with the hotel, and that they decided that it might be quite difficult for them to keep this reservation because they don't have the proposals for the amount of money that we will need when it comes for the next year if we want to reserve the hotel. That's also an issue, so somehow we lost the hotel, but not really. And also our associations like SSFB and PSFR are quite concerned with the economical aspect of it. And if we postpone it, we will like wake up in a crisis and we don't know if we will have the amount of money necessary to organize the event as we would like to. So those are the concerns that have been addressed to us from our association and from everyone involved. So that's why we decided on canceling it. I can tell you for sure that you didn't hear the last from us. Like we are still talking about what we can organize in the future. If it will be something again like a summer university or an autumn assembly in the future, or if will be a TNT or a team meeting, we are still discussing it. I will be there for the future vice president of external affairs or for the future teams to help them with everything. But yeah, that's all from me, unfortunately. If you have any questions.
I had my microphone closed. I'm really sorry. I have AFOP.
Marlene, after Austria. I'm really sorry for SSFB and FASPRE for we do understand your reasons. And we hope that this isn't the last video review. And my question is for, I think PC or exec, I'm not sure. I think Torso states that EPSA events shall be organized annually. And does this mean we need to have an SU without actually having an SU?
I see Mihai typing. Can you repeat your question, please? Yes, Madeleine. Yes, AFOP.
Marlene, AFAP Austria. Since it is in Torso that the EPSA events shall be organized annually, does this mean we have to overrule Torso, or I'm not quite sure how to interpret this because it says we need to have a summer university as far as I understood.
Okay, I will take this back as a new point from Mihai, and I will go next to APEF.
Inês APEF, Portugal. On behalf of APEF, I would like to say that we feel really sorry for this cancellation, but we are convinced that being future healthcare professionals, we need to prioritize health and participant safety. We want to thank you really, really much for all your work as RC and availability, and we really hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Next, I have FSFR.
Oana FSFR Romania. On behalf of FSFR, we wish to congratulate SSFB and the SU20RC and helping team in their entirety for having had the courage to accept this challenge of organizing an EPSA event and let them know we are very proud of them. We remember that SSFB had been dreaming of organizing an EPSA event ever since 2017, and we are saddened to witness how much effort, energy, and craziness they put into this initiative, but without having the opportunity of enjoying its outcomes, which we are sure would have been at the highest standards. We want to give a huge thank you to Sorina for being the one who turned this dream into reality, gathering 12 people around her and inspiring them to be a true and wonderful team. We appreciate how well we have collaborated throughout the preparations and how open Sorina and her RC were to accepting volunteers from all the other FSFR member organizations to join their helping team. This way, they contributed to bringing all Romanian pharmaceutical students closer to EPSA and also to ensuring stronger bonds between SSSB, FSFR, and its other member organizations. We also wish to thank EPSA team for all their support and effort put into this event and congratulate them for how they handled all activities in times of such distress. We're deeply sorry that the current unfortunate circumstances led to cancelling the SU20 everyone was so much looking forward to, but we are certain that one day this idea will flourish again in SSFB and other local organizations, and we will be right next to them to work together for organizing an EPSA event in Romania. Thank you.
I have nothing more on the speaking list, so can we get back to the first point? I will take a direct from Sorina first.
Well, I had the direct before, but it was between the pluses, so probably you didn't see it. Thank you, Oana, for all the kind words, and also thank you, Ines, for what you've said. Yes, the idea that we are professionals in healthcare lead us to this decision. I really wanted to thank EPSA for all the communication and everything, especially Anne, Mihai, and Bernardo. They've been there for us through this entire journey. So I'm really sure that the RC and the helping team learned a lot from working with you. So I really thank you for everything that you've done for us. And also I would like to thank the RC and the helping team, if everyone is watching it somehow over the Steam or anything. So yeah, thank you for everything.
Next I have Bernardo.
Bernardo VPI. Yeah, I would like to thank Sorina and the whole RC for not only the collaboration that we had so far, which was great, but also by all the work that they put into the organization of this Congress. For sure it will not be forgotten, and I will make sure that this information will be used in the future by your association, and that we will try to arrange something in Romania. I will make sure that also the VPIA will not forget SSFP as an association that will now be under FASFR, and that we will ensure that they will keep being as active as they are now and as engaging and willing to organize events as they are. So thank you.
Next I have Mihai.
Okay, Mihai, President. So I was checking, and I also checked with PC. The thing is that on an article below, on have an editable version of Torso, I guess it's 21.3. The last one on 21.3. It says that in case the annual Congress or Autumn Assembly fails to be organized, it is the responsibility of EPSA executive to organize an emergency GA. So we do not really need to suspend any regulation for this. because it's like it says shall, it doesn't say like must be organized. So if something happened, it's fine to not have it. And also the last article regarding the GA emphasized that like if also AC or AA does not happen, then a GA shall happen at least. While on SU we do not have GA.
Duarte?
Yeah, what the interpretation of PC that we shared with Mihai, it was the EPSA should always strive to organize, but as it's not completely binding with a must, it's no need for overrule this article.
Is it clear for everyone now? Feel free to type a C in the chat for clarification, and we'll be more than happy to explain more. Okay, next I will move on to Anne with a new point.
Yes, I would also like to take this moment to say a few words to the RC. I'm very sad and sorry that this event had to be cancelled, but due to the situation, there is no other way. I am very happy and proud of all the work that you did. We had a very good collaboration. The enthusiasm and energy of your RC is truly amazing. So I want to thank you for putting all your efforts in this, and I will talk to you very soon. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Do you feel comfortable to move to the next point? I have CSFD.
A short thank you from my side, and from my side as a last LS of SSFB, but also a big thank you from the whole association for having us with this summer university. Unfortunately, canceled, but still, it was a very good adventure for us and a challenge that we learned a lot from it. And for sure, we will spread the EPSA spirit to our new generations, and we will stay active through our national member association. Thank you very much to all of you.
Thank you. I see no more new points in the chat. Do you feel comfortable? I have an F.
Yes, sorry. Since the join an F, sorry, France. Since the event got cancelled, is there need to write a final report or no? Thank you.
I am sorry, we are discussing within the PC. Just a second, please. I have a direct from Duarte.
Okay. For you, in order to be more clear, I will share with you the article and write this. The event is not happening, so they don't need to share the report, but the executive or the General Assembly can ask for. Was it clear? Okay, thank you.
Do we have any other new points on the 22nd EPSA Summer University? I see none, so okay, I will wait Mihai. Okay. Yes, Mihai?
Okay, Mihai, President. So I was just discussing something with the executive, and we would like to just state that we are considering and we would really consider the ASU 20 and AAC 20 RCs to become alumni. So if they will apply, the executive would consider their applications in order to become alumni, because we think that they tried their best to organize those events, but yeah, on an unfortunate situation, it was not their fault that it does not happen. So we believe they still should be alumni for the work they try to bring to EPSA, and of course they bring something to EPSA.
Technical, Duarte?
Okay, just because I'm seeing still Dylan and Maeva with the positions and elected, just to clarify, you are now representing your association. If you want to talk by your association, you can do it. That's just to clarify.
Okay, thank you, Duarte. Do we have any other points? Bernardo?
Yeah, this was not officially addressed during the GA still, but the suggestion still remains that also the RC for the AC 2020 would be eligible to become EPSA alumni. So this will also stay. I just want to say it now, just to be sure that it's set.
Okay, thank you. I will wait a bit for other new points. I see none. So we shall move on with the agenda. Next point is the 17th EPSA Autumn Assembly Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina 2020. I will share the presentation in a second.
Okay, hello everyone. Riyad CHP of AA 2020. I hope that you can, AA, sorry. Hope that you can hear me. Okay, so let's move to the third slide already. Thanks. So unfortunately, as you heard from my colleague Sarina, we have a similar situation at the moment. I will try to be brief as possible, and so let's start. We have the same issue with the accommodation. I think most of you are aware that the main congress and accommodation venue of the AA are the two hotels. One is for the educational program and one is for the accommodation itself. It's Hotel Walter and Hotel Radom Plaza. However, due to the coronavirus pandemic, we had some of issues on this point. Firstly, we had restrictions of gathering no more than 5 persons in public spaces. This has changed on Friday, but it still remains on lockdown of no more than, I think, 10 or 15 persons at the moment. Also, the information that we have gathered from the Federal Civil Protection Service and along with the forecasts that are planned for the entire Europe, this will stay the case in the coming months, if not for the rest of the year. So even if this limit is increased, we are highly doubtful that we will be allowed to have a gathering of more than 200, 300 participants from all over Europe together in one place. And this leads to the second point, which are the accommodation costs. And this is explained on another slide. Okay, so the accommodation costs are going to probably go over budget. I will try to explain why. Like I said, it's hard to expect a large turnout of participants, for example, 250 participants. And this was the main factor when we actually negotiated with the hotel and the agency to negotiate the final price. We didn't expect and we actually don't expect to have the same prices if the number of participants is below, let's say, 200, 250, because all of this is, like I said, it's important to have a lot of participants to have the price that we have negotiated in the first place. If we go over budget, if we don't have enough participants, we will go over budget. Everything else also will go, not just accommodation, but the social program venues. I will speak about that later. Also, the major point actually is finding additional funding. At this point, also, for the past 2 months, actually, we didn't do anything because we were under quarantine. But before that, we were inching closer for a final deal with Bosnavik, our national pharmaceutical company. They were very interested in being our general sponsors, and with them, we would cover almost 70 or 80% of our costs that were outside of the registration fee. However, this is highly questionable at the moment because every company, including the one that we negotiated with, is either rebalancing their budgets or actually just canceling them entirely. And we cannot expect to have funding on behalf of sponsorship or partnerships in the coming 1 month or 2. And also, when combined with the accommodation and restrictions that are into place right now, it brings the whole viability of the Congress in question and is a big issue for us in general. So let's go to the next slide, please. Thanks. So for the social program, the venues that we have arranged before all of this happened, we actually had a free venue. The price was free. But this can also change if we have, let's say, less than 200 participants for the Congress. And we cannot, like I said before, we don't have funds even to cover accommodation, not just so that we can cover even the social program venues. Also, we are not sure if we can expect to have, let's say, the permission to have more than 100 people in the same place, for example. We simply don't know at this point. Let's go to the next point. Also, the post-Congress tour and pre-Congress tour, we didn't decide exactly what are the dates, but we did have an agenda that was planned entirely, but now everything is actually stopped to a halt. We can't make any reservations or contact anybody that is actually going to give us any feedback on this. So the same problems as the social program and accommodation costs apply, so the PCP is in question as well. Let's go to the next slide. And yeah, these are the proposals that we as the RC came up with together with the EPSA team. So our kind of options are at the moment to have an online autumn assembly, or to have a proposal to increase the registration fee. This would also have to be approved by the GA or the online LS meeting. This is up to discussion. And even if we do increase the registration fee, we still have the same problems as before. We don't know the restrictions and if people are going to be willing actually to attend the AA. The other option is postponement, but as in case with the RC of the SU, simply the vast majority of our RC will probably not be students anymore. They will graduate by the end of this year. So pushing it to 2021, the whole RC or even 70 or 60% would have to be changed, including myself. And then finally, the last option is to have the cancellation of the event. But this is something that it's going to be the last option for us. And yeah, that will be my presentation. And if you have any questions, thank you.
Thank you, Riyad. Do we have any questions or comments for Riyad and for the Autumn Assembly 2020 in general? Afop?
Marlene, also. Riyad, firstly, I would like to thank you and the whole RC for all the work that has been done until now. I understand this is a difficult question, and this is not an easy decision to make on how to proceed. I wanted to ask for postponement how long you were talking. Are you talking about postponing it to 2021 or a few weeks or a few months? Thank you.
Riyad?
Yes, we did discuss this with EPSA. The postponement is not possible to have it, for example, a month or two, because the same situation applies. Nothing else is going to change in that period. Pushing it further would collide with the AC, and so the only option is actually to postpone it the same way as the AC of this year is, to push it to 2021. But for us, it's like I said, it's almost impossible. The entire RC or most of it would have to be changed.
Thank you. Next, I have SSFD.
Mojca SSFD Slovenia, thank you for your update. My question is, when you consulted with externals, have they provided you with any date that you'll probably know how many people can be in one place and what are going to be restrictions? Thank you.
Riyad?
Yes, the only actual information that we gathered was, and I kind of paraphrased their responses, we don't plan no longer than 2 weeks ahead, let alone 5 months or 6 months ahead. So that is the situation that we are in at the moment. We simply don't know if the restrictions are going to be in place at that time and at what, let's say, limit.
Next, I have BPSA.
Hi, Lauren, BPSA UK. So, Riyad, thank you for your presentation. I remember when you made your bid for hosting Autumn Assembly back in Belgrade and how inspired you were. So I know this must be really heartbreaking for you to see that it's not going to plan. But yeah, we at BPSA, we had a similar situation trying to decide whether or not we should postpone our Congress till the end of this year or just cancel it. And we're under the assumption that we can't tell what's going to happen with this virus. We're not the scientists working on it, it's on the front line, and even they don't know what's happening, so you don't know what to tell, like, is it going to get worse in a random month or not? So we think that with the uncertainty, it's just, we can't be confident about postponing it, at least for like another year, so like AA21 as a minimum for postponement. But yeah, it is really heartbreaking to see it come to this. But thank you so much for your work. It's been really nice to see you grow in EPSA.
Next, I have a new point from AFOP.
Marina, just to clarify the difference between the online AA and cancellation, because as far as I understood, when it's cancelled, then we need to have an online GA, but then what is the online AA different to it?
Riyad?
Okay, I would just try to say like it's a suggestion, an idea, because as we all know, there exists some kind of virtual congresses. The CPSA, also from Croatia, do have their own online congress. So even though this didn't happen before within EPSA, I think it represents a good opportunity in case for the future and nobody knows what it holds, that actually we do the online GA as well, together with some form of the educational part, for example, webinars, workshops or something, so that we have enough time to prepare. We have almost half a year. If it's decided to have an online AA, it would be discussed to have it, I assume, in this kind of way. It has to be decided, of course, from the EPSA side. But this is the kind of idea that we have.
I have KNPSV, drop, okay. I have no more points on the speaking list. I have a direct from AFOP.
Marina, has the current VP Education maybe talked with speakers if they would be available for such an option?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Please ask for clarification next time, and I will ask AFOP to repeat the question.
Marlene, AFOP Austria. I was wondering whether you or Marco has been in contact with the speakers that are already secured for AA, whether they would be available for having it online.
Riyad?
Yes, I think Marco would have to take this point in terms of the contact with the speakers, but I assume they would be more than interested to actually do this because it would be from the comfort of their home or office. But yeah, this is up to discussion. We still simply don't know what's going to be in the future.
Marco?
Marco, Vice President of Education. So thank you for the question. Definitely, I will need to liaise with speakers now in next weeks, and then I will see what are the possibilities and what are their availabilities as well due to COVID-19. But I believe if we do it in a timely manner, we can most possibly translate it online. But we'll keep you posted, of course. And yeah, that's it.
KNPSV?
Elina, KNPSV Netherlands. We are wondering because maybe in the case that you are not possible to organize the AA regarding the finances, the securing of the venues, sponsorship and grants, because yeah, that's possible of course. Would it be an option to like have an in the case that that all the countries are allowed to fly and travel and stuff? Would it be maybe an idea to then think about an activity or something that has like the shorter preparations needed, but can secure a little event or activity? It's just an idea.
Clarification, Marco?
Marco, Vice President of Education. You're referring here as well to the program, like the educational program of Autumn Assembly. Is this also like having some smaller kind of event as a replacement, or I'm not sure that I understand it fully.
KNPSV.
Eline KMP's for the Netherlands. Yeah, that could maybe be a possibility, and of course, I understand that it's like difficult to gain speakers and other workshop thingies in little time. But yeah, maybe I could recommend to think about such things that have like the little preparation needed. It's only an idea because, of course, we understand that it has a lot of time needed to organize such events. But yeah, maybe you could look for something like this to, yeah, even if we can travel, that's like the main reason, because when we could travel, it would be sad that, of course, you had to cancel this event way further due to finances and stuff. But then in October, we will see that maybe, surprisingly, this situation will be handled and that we're able to travel. And then it will be sad if there was an activity due to, no, that's it. Thanks.
I have Marco.
Marco, Vice President for Education. So thank you, Elena, for this. Very good point. Yeah, I think this something like this can be definitely investigated and can be updated. And Joseph will be also included in this as well. So I will have to discuss this with him, and we'll keep you posted. And RC will be as well involved in this. So really, thank you for the questions and for your advice. It's much appreciated.
Next, I have AFOP. Oh, no, sorry. I had an F first. Now you have it. Please go.
Thank you, Mihai. Eva, back at LSNA France. It's mostly a comment. I'm not really expecting to have concrete answer or big discussion around this. But in case in case the situation prevent us from having a live event, and even if we're having it online, we would need to think regarding the online version of the event on how to manage the GA situation. Because I think this time we had legal management with the statutes, but I don't know how it will be for AA later. So just for us to have this point of view as well in mind when drafting a proposal for online events or not. Thank you.
Okay, next I have AFOP with a new point.
Marlene, AFOP Austria. I was just wondering until when this needs to be decided. Do we need to decide right at this GA what the members will prepare, or who is deciding what is the regulation on this? Thank you.
Riyad?
CHP Riyad. I think the proposal that we have between the RC and the EPSA is to wait until half of June, mid-June, the end of June, because some of our registration fees are supposed to open at the end of the SU that was supposed to happen. So by that time in June or mid-July, we would know for sure and be on more stable ground, let's say. So it would be decided upon what to do in the future at that time.
Next, I have a new point from ŠSSFD.
Mojca ŠSSFD Slovenia. We are wondering if you have perhaps considered organizing a live General Assembly, as we believe that the EPSA will strive towards that.
Riyad?
Riyad CHP. I think it would be a possibility, but I don't know the regulations behind this. I do like the idea, however, but like I said, this changes the whole concept of the AA itself. It would be for the participants, and this live GA would be kind of a mini event that Eileen mentioned before, but it would be restricted from other participants, so I don't know how this would look like. But yeah, it's up for discussion, and of course, it's the decision of the EPSA executive as well.
Next, I have a new point from Mihai.
Okay, Mihai, President. So I was discussing with exec, and we would propose to keep this discussing with the RC around mid-June, and mid-June, like a bit closer to, I don't know, 10th of June, something like that, we would have an online LS meeting and let you know what would happen with the event, because what we were actually waiting was to see how the COVID situation will evolve. Mainly this is based on what the restriction of travels are imposed by other nations, and if we see how this goes, like how it evolves, maybe we can foresee a little bit how it will happen. But we will discuss with the RC, like we're already having mostly weekly meetings with all RCs, and yeah, we will have an online LS meeting I was discussing with Duarte, and we'll also ask for your opinion in there. But we need more information, because right now, as you saw, each country is taking different approach of this COVID situation.
Thank you. Next, I have a new point from alumni. Nate, you can paste it in the chat so I can read it. From Svetlana, past parliamentarian, past president, considering there are several options for handling the situation, I would advise the GA to come up with a motion for evaluating each option and reaching a decision within a deadline that will be defined close enough. And I have another new point from alumni. This is from Katarzyna, as president. Unfortunately, due to the current pandemic, I believe it is necessary for EPSA to explore options for moving the autumn assembly online. Plenty of professional associations are trying this option, and agreeing on this now/soon would enable focusing the efforts on engaging even a bigger number of students online, arranging necessary platforms, and planning the educational program. And with this, we have nothing else on the speaking list. Do we have any other questions or comments? Mihai?
Mihai, President. Yeah, this is, thanks for the alumni input, but this is exactly what I was discussing with Duarte. Like, we don't think we need another motion, like, to deal with another motion. Executive is promising to the GA that we will have an online LS meeting around mid-June to rediscuss this matter, and also give with all the possibilities as much as concrete as possible. So, like, to not deal with another motion for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. That will only be in place for a couple of weeks. We will deal with that as soon as possible, because it's on top priority in our agenda.
And I see no other new points, so we shall move on with the next point on the agenda. And that is 43rd EPSA Annual Congress updates. I will share the presentation in just a second. Yes, Sid?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I would love if you would be able to speak a bit louder.
Yes. I don't know if you hear me better now.
Much better, thank you.
Good. Yes. Hello, everyone. Here I will present the update for the 43rd EPSA AC, 2020 in the beginning and 2021 at the end. Next. Here is the agenda, a small update of all what happened, a small update of the financial situation, what is happening with the registration, reform to postpone, and after what next with the EPSA AC 2021. Next. Some update. What happened since the last meeting and basically since Croatia? We had some difficulties to finish the organization because of the health conditions, as you could imagine, especially the public health campaign, the science excursion. We had to work only with French provider to secure the supply. This was by the end of February and beginning of March, and we tried to be as transparent as possible with all the participants and the partners with the communication almost every week. The RC part of the educational program and booklet was finished. The Congress booklet was also almost finished. And as a conclusion, the Congress was ready, but unfortunately we had the COVID-19. Next. So COVID-19, impossibility to maintain the Congress. We had a meeting with all the LSs. They voted through the exec on March the cancellation of the AC20 that was announced in the beginning of April because of the French guidelines and laws. By then, we wanted to cancel completely, to take our money from the providers and to reimburse everyone as much as possible, and that's all. But unfortunately, we had a major changing in the French law, because in the beginning, we were supposed to have everything reimbursed, if possible. But after the law changed, and now the companies have the right to keep the money for 18 months and after to reimburse us, or just to propose to postpone. That's why we started the study of the possibility to postpone to 2021. We had this discussion with the EPSA team, the partners, the providers, and also within the NF network to find a new RC. Regarding the financial, next, thank you. Regarding the financial situation, as by May 7th, just before the 15th meeting, here are our financial situation. We had 112,000 euros of registration. We had in our account 42k of partnership, 40k of fundraising, including the loan we had from ANF of 40k. And the refund of 7k. This refund is the refund of the caterer of the opening ceremony we already had after the cancellation of the AC21, and also the refund of the EPSA team with all the expenses we had for them. For example, the team meeting, the team meeting venue for the hotel, etc. As for now, we had the total transfer from EPSA of 5,000 euros. Regarding our expenses, we already paid 81k for the suppliers. We already had 2.9k for the communication, 4.7k for other, and 1.6k for the participant refund. This is mainly for the participants who canceled before the COVID-19 crisis. And as you know, some of them just got 50%, some 25%, etc., according to our payment terms and conditions. Next, please. As said during the emergency online meeting and through the email sent, we already studied all the non-refundable expenses we had during for this AC20 edition. And as for today, we have 7,192 euros of non-refundable expenses. As you know, we just after the cancellation of the AC20, we sent the form to all the participants to be able to refund them. For the moment, we had 229 answers out of 333 participants. We had 16 people who want to donate a certain amount of their participation for a total of 725 euros. 6 don't want to be refunded at all, and thank you very much for them, for a total donation of 2,600. As discussed before, maybe the EPSA team would be able to cover some part of our non-refundable expenses, and if so, we would we would prefer not to take any donation from the participants and to refund them completely. Actor, please. Thank you. So the situation we are having now, as you all know, we had a team for the AC 2021, and considering all what said before, we want to postpone the AC 20 to AC 2021. By doing this, for some practical and also for some regulations in general, we would have to propose to postpone the participants also. People registered for the 43rd EPSA AC. So if people who are already registered want to come to the EPSA AC 21 instead of 20, which stays the 43rd, they can. We think that we will send a form just after the AA, if we have the AA, or let's say before November 15th, to ask people if they want to postpone their registration, yes or no. If they want to postpone their registration, they would not have to do anything. They are already registered for the AC 2021. If they want to have their refund, there is no problem. They will be refunded. With the total amount between January and February. For this, we already thought about, since we already have almost a full congress, the ODs, the EPSA team, the EPSA partners, the support fund would not be calculated in this quota. We will just propose this to the 202 regular participants, including the PCT, and for the 41 alumni. Thank you. And after, if people want to be refunded, not after for the slide, please come back to 7. Thank you. And after, if they don't want to be to have it postponed, they can ask for the refund. Regarding the ODs, we think to ask each association what do they want to do with their spots for their ODs, 1 or 2 spots. If they want to keep it and just to change the name, that would be possible. If they want to have a refund, that also would be possible. With this system, we would have at minimum 108 spots, which is available for the team, the partner, the support fund, and the ODs, which would fit exactly. I would stop here regarding all this process. Do you have any question before to move to what would happen next year?
Thank you, Steve, for the first part of your presentation. If someone has any questions about the 2020 edition of the 43rd AC, I will take them now. Technical from me, can you mute your mic, Steve, please? Thank you. Okay, so I have a new point from PPHD Germany.
Matthias, PPHD Germany, can you understand me?
Yes, loud and clear. Please go on.
Awesome. Yeah, so just because it was a little fast, if the participants decide to want to get a refund, until which date can they calculate with getting their money back? Thank you.
Sid?
Yes, with this system, they would be able to fill the form until November 30, and they would be refunded by January or February 2021.
Do we have any more questions about this first half of the presentation? Can you type a no in the chat if you don't have any more questions so that Sid can move on? Okay, I see general agreement. Wait, first I have a question from EPSA International. Will the fee be the same for the next year? What do you think? Sid?
Yes, basically we'll do our best to have the same fee. We already have 325 euros as fee, which is the maximum we can have in EPSA. As said before, in reality, organizing a congress in Lyon cost us between 650 to 700 euros. So basically, we will do our best to keep the same fees and to not change anything, even if we are from here expecting the price to going up. In France, as in whole Europe, but honestly, I cannot give you the official and last information now, 6 months before the beginning of the registrations.
Okay, I think everyone. Yes, Sid, you can go on.
Yes, regarding the RC 2021, I decided to not present again what we would do, since we already talked about it several times. I would just want to present to you the new RC. You already received all the details of these people in your email address. I would not be a chairperson anymore. The new chairperson would be the current president of ANEF France. The vice chairperson will remain the same. We will remain with 2 people for the partnerships officers, 2 people for the educational department, 2 for the public relations, 2 for the registration instead of 1. We learned from our mistakes. We will remain with the same alumni officer, 2 for the logistics officer, in addition to the general secretary and the treasurer. If you have any question, please let me know. From my side, it was a real pleasure to organize this congress this 2 year, even if I'm sad to not see you here in Lyon with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sid, for your presentation. Do we have any questions for the 43rd AC or comments? I have Bernardo.
Bernardo PPI, thank you Sid and RC for all the work that you put into the organization of the Congress. It's unfortunate that it has to be postponed, but at least your efforts will be carried out to next year, and hopefully we'll be able to have an amazing Congress as we have all been planning in Lyon. We know that we've had our differences throughout this whole course as RC and EPSA. But I hope that this collaboration will keep on improving, as it has improved immensely in the past few months. And I hope that you leave the Internal Affairs Department with proud of the work that you've achieved and proud of having been here with us in the EPSA team. Thank you.
Next, I have Anef.
Maeva, ANEP France, just wanted to say that we, on behalf of ANEP, we are extremely proud of the work that you did, Sid, together with the whole RC, and you will definitely be a great source of inspiration for the next RC, and yeah, we will not let you down. Thank you.
I have Afop.
I'm not sure whether I've missed this. This was a lot of information in a short time. Are there any preliminary new dates, or like the end of April, or anything you can tell us about a time frame?
Clarification, Sid?
Yes, what's your question, Afop, exactly?
Afop?
Marina Apop Austria, do you have any new dates for the Congress next year? Anything you can say, like, is it the 3rd week of April, or is it in May? Anything. Thank you.
Sid?
Yes, basically for the moment we want to stay with the same week, the 3rd week of April. That would be not from 20 to 26, but from 19 to 25. But you have to take this date with a lot of precaution. For the moment, we will have to be in the student holidays here in France to be able to have the university. So if the student holidays dates change, we will have to change too. And for sure, if the situation do not evolve in a good way, we would have also to think about all this maybe by this autumn.
I will wait a bit to see if there are any more questions. Oh yes, sorry, thank you, Sid. I have one from alumni, please, Nate. From Svetlana, was there official appointment of AC21 or the decision is to be reached at this GA? Mihai, for clarification, official appointment. Point of information, Mihai.
Okay, Mihai, President. So the event, the AC20, was cancelled initially by the executive after discussing with the members, but then now the RC wants to postpone it. Then, as it was cancelled by the executive on the next OEM will revise the vote and will vote for the postponement of the event. Therefore, there is not needed for another motion or anything for this GA, because the executive can revise on a decision that was done.
Anne says in the chat that it was less than 1 year before the event. And I think that point was answered. Any more questions or comments? I will wait. Yes, of course. Yep, no problem. Mihai?
Hi, President. So I will just explain again how it happened, because the event did not happen this year and the members wanted to cancel it. We had the online LS meeting, and therefore the executive canceled the event through a vote in an online executive meeting. But then the RC reconsidered, like ANEP reconsidered, and they wanted to postpone the event. So then we consulted with them because we were supposed to appoint someone to do the AC21, as in Torso it says that if it's less than 1 year, the executive shall be the one to appoint directly member associations to do the event. We proposed ANEP France, but we will just reconsider the vote that was done in the OEM and postpone the event instead of having a separate, everything done again. Because the event, basically it's the same event, it's just postponed.
Thank you, Mihai. Clarification și SSFD.
Mojca SSFD Slovenia, thank you for that explanation. We completely agree with that postponement. However, we are wondering, as Sid will not be the chairperson, will the GA have to vote on the new chairperson, or are you also going to elect this one? Okay, thank you.
Do we have any more questions or comments? Okay, I will wait. Technical, Mihai?
Oh my god, Adobe. Mihai, President. So in order to not lose time while the Nates get the question or response, I would ask the General Assembly if they want to continue with the GA today because there are quite some points left, or would you be available and feeling comfortable in doing another session tomorrow from 20 CST and to stop it here because we still have some regulation changes, motions, discharges, and to take the bid of SPSA Slovakia still today because they were prepared for it, so we should take them. This is our proposal. Yes, to 20 CST tomorrow. But if the GA wants, we can continue today. But it's already like tomorrow in some countries.
I have a technical from Nate saying alumni are done from now, and I have a new point from Anya.
Yes, I don't have my personal opinion on this, but I also didn't talk with with SPSA yet. But I believe as they already prepared this bid and they've been waiting to present their bid for 5 hours now, I think that at least we should take their bid now. And for the rest, the LSs need to decide what they want to do, but I feel it's not fair that they have to wait till tomorrow after waiting for over 5 hours now.
I have a technical from OPEF saying Mihai said bid today, and I have Mihai with a direct to that. Dropped. Okay, that was your direct. So, we can wrap up this point. I see people typing, so I'll stop a bit. Mihai, technical.
Mihai, President. I would we would continue with the agenda and take the bid from SPSA now. And while we take the bid, I would ask the ODs to consider while they want to continue with the agenda or to postpone tomorrow from 20 CEST. And we will assess after the bid. And we will ask you to vote, I guess, because the feelings are mixed.
Okay. So next point on the agenda is applications for the 23rd EPSA Summer University 2021. We have received one bid from SPSA Slovakia. I have a new point from SPSA. I have a technical from KNPSV first.
Eline KNP to the Netherlands, sorry for interrupting the new point, but in Torso it stated that 2 weeks before the GA, the bid has to be presented to the members, and I guess in this case it wasn't, so we have to overrule that. I don't know.
Point of information from Mihai.
Hi, President. So the it also says that the President must review the received application, inform all member association about all candidates and their application at least 2 weeks before the event where the General Assembly where they can be elected is held. Therefore, we already announced you about the SPSA send their bid. It was an unfortunate situation that somehow we did not include the bid in the GA package, and we are sorry for that. But like no other regulations were broken here, from what I can find in Torso. If you find anything else, just let me know.
I have a direct from KNPSV.
In our opinion, it's just that the association is shared, but like not the whole application. And in Torso it said application is shared with the member organizations. It's a little bit fake for us, but.
Okay, I see this is settled. Mihai, KNPSV, can you type a Y in the chat so I can understand we can move on with the presentation? Mihai? Okay, thank you. So first of all, I would project the presentation we received from SPSA, and then I'll read the motion and open the floor for discussions. I have a technical from Duarte.
Okay, I would ask the General Assembly just for 2 minutes because the PC wants to contact with me. Hi.
Okay, thank you for the little technical break. We shall proceed with the presentation. So I have Yanka, please. Clarification
Yes,
from Eva. Sorry, I will interrupt you. I'm really clarification from Eva HLM.
Eva HLM, yeah, I'm very sorry, but I'm a bit confused by this interpretation because there's also a Torso article that says that everything that's discussed in GA has to be shared in the GA package 2 weeks before. So even though the wording might be a bit vague, the reason it's there is so the members have 2 weeks to check the bid book. Obviously, SPSA submitted on time and there was a technical difficulty, but still, I think it would put a very dangerous precedent for the future to now just act like this was okay, because the whole reason is to have enough time to check. So I do actually think this would need a procedural motion to be discussed.
Mihai?
First of all, I pass the facilitation to Duarte.
Oh, thank you. Mihai? Okay, 2 minutes just to check. Sorry, thank you. Mihai? 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 Okay. So Mihai.
Yeah, Mihai, President. So I've been discussing with PC, and we want this motion to come from the executive because it was our fault that somehow it did not ended up the bid did not end up in the GA package. Therefore, as Eva said, and thank you for pointing out the article. This shall not create a precedent, so we want this to come from the executive and not the members because it was our fault. Thanks. And we would ask the GA to accept the motion.
Okay, I will read the motion. The 59 EPSA General Assembly accepts the bid of CPSA Slovakia by these terms of reference. Article 4.1.3 shall be overruled. I now open the floor for discussion. Just to explain, this is just on the acceptance the document. It's like we did for the elections, is to accept the late submission. Do I have any questions on this? Okay, with that I will ask Mihai. Mihai?
Mihai, President, I close the floor for discussion.
Thank you, and I will proceed to the next motion. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. We need a voting procedure. I will draw a line, and you will vote for, against, or abstention. We have 20 votes for. The motion was carried unanimously. And now we will have the motion with the proposal. And I will read the motion. The 59 EPSA General Assembly appoints SPSA Slovakia as the host of the 23rd EPSA Summer University. I open the floor for discussion. Okay. We will give first the floor to Jenka to do the presentation, and then we will go to the questions. Yes, you can go, Jenka.
So, Janka, SPSA Slovakia. First of all, sorry for the misunderstanding. It was not our fault to, but thank you that you have accepted our bid. And I would first like to express that we are sorry that to hear that ACN SU 20 had to be cancelled, the events. I was personally very enjoying all your promo and watching your stories from the beginning. We do believe that the whole RCN helping team took a lot of experience from the preparation of this event, and can't wait for hearing from you organizing another event soon when it will be possible. As well as we are expressing a good luck to the current artists to tackle the current situation. With any further ado, I would start with the presentation. So, dear General Assembly, EPSA team, LSCs, ODs, and all EPSA friends who found time to watch our presentation of bid book for the 23rd EPSA Summer University, hopefully happening in Slovakia. As a soft skill trainer, I know and we teach that in the unity is power, and this is also baseline for Slovak people. In the history, we always showed that we are able to unitize when the situation requires it. And this is especially important now in these uncertain corona times to support each other and spread hope and hand to the other people. Despite the small size of the country, people in Slovakia are big with their hearts. Despite young with the age, we are skilled with knowledge and experience. SPSA, after 25 years of its existence, has shown incredible growth and have built many successful projects thanks to which we were serving the society and students. We are proud members of EPSA and IPSF. You can go next slide, please. The fourth one. We are proud members of EPSA and IPSF for almost 8 years. Since the beginning of the membership, we were active in EPSA, attending its events, and with every year the attendance was rising. This year, it was supposed to be the biggest Slovak delegation attending annual congress in Lyon that had to be unfortunately cancelled due to pandemic. So, how has it all started? The idea of organizing an EPSA event developed last year in 2019, on the way home from the EPSA Summer University in Portorož, Slovenia, where a group of students were discussing how amazing EPSA events are, and that this is the perfect time for us to finally organize an EPSA event in Slovakia. We have started with even more massive promotion of all events happening abroad, and started to search for motivated people who would like to be a part of new era of SPSA while organizing its biggest event. We spent hundreds of hours since then to prepare the strategy, gather people, and spread the spirit, and talk to people that are willing to help and have the experience. We are actively communicating with hotels, our faculty, universities, and the other parties that would support our initiative. For our surprise, we received huge support from the EPSA side. We received a huge support from the EPSA side, as well as faculties, universities, associations, and also the Slovak Academy of Sciences. We decided that not only we want to organize an exceptional event, but we also want to provide an unforgettable experience for you, for all EPSA friends. We want to bring the EPSA spirit closer to Slovak students and offer the possibility to experience the EPSA event for those who wouldn't be able to attend it otherwise. Since our motto is to step out of the comfort zone and think outside the box, we decided to give you not one, but 2 places where the summer university will be held. Since we know that Bratislava is very well connected to the rest of the world, you can pass the slide. We will be all waiting for you there. You will have the space for exploring the metropole of Slovakia and all the sightseeing possibilities. The opening ceremony will be held then in the magical place of main building of Comenius University in Bratislava, where our rector will ceremoniously open the whole event. After, we will have a party in the most known students' club, Unique, in the City of Students, where we will also sleep. The day after, we will take a magical summer express heading to Poprad, High Tatras, to give us an amazing ride through the countryside of Slovakia. There will be a lot of funny activities and ice-breaking games on board from Poprad. We will transfer you by buses to our second and final destination, Drienica. Drienica is a small village in the east part of Slovakia, known by many tourists as a border of High Tatras. There is a mountain hotel offering nice facilities such as wellness, indoor swimming pool, and outdoor multifunctional playgrounds, amphitheater, and many others. The rest of our educational programs, sport activities will be held there, as well as the public health campaign workshops will be held in the cozy conference rooms within the hotel. We have prepared a rich social program for you with plenty of options. We are currently negotiating possibilities of excursions with possible hosts, such as pharmaceutical company Munafarm, excursions in the two biggest and most known distilleries, Nestle Hniezne and Karlov, with the production of the very famous Tatra tea that you may all know from the international night. Slovakia is very well known for plenty of caves and is proud to have the most castles per capita in the world. Thus, we would like to show you some of our national heritage as well. How would it be to be in Slovakia and not come to High Tatras? We will go there to see a beautiful nature and enjoying view on the majestic peaks touching the sky, glacier lakes, waterfalls, unique plants, and rare animals. To sum up, this is our provisional program with all activities, educational and social program mentioned before, and the budget that we would have for the event. As we know, as we want to make this event unique, we want to involve as many partners and people as possible. Here is the list of possible sponsors of SPSA, the possible sponsors that are so far partners of SPSA that would enrich our event even more. The whole RC and SPSA can't wait for preparing an unforgettable experience for you, and we hope you will give us a chance to make miracles happen. Thank you for your attention and thank you for your support.
Okay, so now I will start with the questions to the presentation. I will start with KNPSV.
Eline, KNPSV the Netherlands. In your budget, I saw you will rely on... I hear myself speaking now. I don't know if... Can somebody turn it off?
Trying to check.
All right.
Yeah, you can continue.
Eline KNPSV the Netherlands. In your budget, I saw that you will rely on your university for the grants and sponsorships. How do you intend to arrange them? Is this easy or not? Can you elaborate on this?
For a question regarding the budget incomes from the university and other parties, we decided first to not include other possible possibilities of getting sponsorships. Therefore, we decided to organize an event without possibility to get any sponsorships. However, we definitely will try to approach as many partners as possible with the collaboration of SPSA. Just this was the proposal that was made in February, and we will try to develop our budget as much as possible. Also, we need to take into the consideration the current situation that it probably might be much difficult to fundraise some money, but for sure we will try to do our best. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you. I have a direct from KNPSV.
Eline, KNPSV. Yes, thank you for your answer. But we were wondering, is like you already have this amount of money from your university, or is it like, how do you say that? Secured or not?
I will first take Janka and then I will take Vasfede.
SPSA Slovakia. Thank you. These money are for sure not yet secured. We were ensured that we would get the support from the SPSA, and also the Association of Pharmaceutical Students in Košice. However, we are negotiating still with the universities. The university, if they could support us also financially, or if they would give us other non-financial support. But we are hoping very well that we could get some money from the faculty as well.
Thank you. Fast for them.
One of FSFR Romania, thank you very much, Anca, for your application. Since it's also connected to sponsorships, in a very unfortunate case, you would not succeed in receiving all the money you are planning on receiving. Which part of the budget would you consider cutting from? Did you already think about that? Thank you.
Bianca?
Thank you for your question, Anna. We were we have already started with some fundraising possibilities since we have settled the 2% of the taxes that are getting in Slovakia, and we started to approach some companies and people that already donated us some money. So in regards of the question, if you wouldn't get any other financial support, we could consider maybe cutting on the website that could be done for free under the SPSA website or EPSA website. That is also available option. The other option could be also to lower the event length, since we prolonged it over 2 days because of the traveling from the one part of Slovakia to the other one. But we will try to strive for gaining some money despite the situation that is now in the world.
Thank you. I have a technical from Sarah. Sarah?
Me now? Can you
Yes,
hear
we
me?
can hear you. Yeah.
Sorry. I was saying that since the summer university in Romania got cancelled, I'm pretty sure this is the 22nd and not the 23rd EPSA Summer University, as it says in the motion. Sorry for interrupting the discussion.
Yes. I think it is because, yeah. I would just like to have a confirmation from Mihai, the president, but as it's not happening, it will be the... Okay. Sarah just said that as the SU is not... Okay. Sarah just said as the SU in Romania is not happening, this will be the 22nd. And I agree. So I would like to have the confirmation from the executive. Okay. Mihai, you can change. And I will now continue with the new points that I have from SSFD.
Moitva SSFD Slovenia, thank you for the bid book. We are wondering if the hotel is going to be reserved only for the SU participants.
Janka?
Janka, SPSA Slovakia, thank you for your question. Very good question. Actually, yes. We were discussing with the owner of the hotel with the capacity of over 250 people. And he said that the hotel will be solely ours, so that we can, it will be solely ours. I hope that answers your question.
I have to do typing. Oh, okay. And now I have one question from the alumni. Okay, the budget states a total income of 34,215 euros, while stating a total of expenses 34,189 euros. Why are you aiming for a surplus of 25 euros, 25 and 50 cents? Janka?
Janka, SPSS Slovakia. Probably there have been some changes because we had to edit the budget many times. However, we are of course striving to zero. Therefore, if there is any left finances, we would allocate it accordingly where would be needed. I hope it answers your question.
Okay, I will continue with a new point from AFOP. APEP.
Inês APEF Portugal, thank you for your presentation. Regarding the budget, can you please tell me what is included in the RC needs? Thank you.
Janka?
Thank you for the question. Regarding the RC needs, we were basically copying some of the format from the previous bid books, where there was also stated some amount of the money. We were saving some money for occasional travels for the RC members that would need to transfer from the one location to another, maybe some team building or other needs that would need to be done regarding to the event.
Okay. I have APEP typing. I have a technical from Mihai.
Mihai, President. We will edit this motion and we will add, Mihai, you can edit so everybody can see. This motion will take effect after the first EPSA team meeting 2020-2021, and I'll explain why. Because as Sarah mentioned, this should be the 22nd EPSA Summer University, but the executive did not yet voted officially in an OEM for the cancellation of the current 22nd EPSA Summer University, and we want to make sure that all the preparations, like if there are any things to settle, are done properly. So this motion will take effect after the first EPSA team meeting of the next mandate. Like, it's not implying anything, like no problems, just to make sure that everything is done accordingly. It's not affecting at all it will not affect at all SPSA Slovakia.
Okay, yes, thank you, SPSA. The motion will take effect after. Mihai, please delete one of the wheels. And now I will continue with a point from FASFERE.
Oana, FASFERE Romania. Still regarding accommodation, did you think which option would you go for? Because we've seen the hotel offers more options of people sharing the room, 2, 3, or 6 in joint rooms. Could you clarify which one of them would you go for? Because we've also seen this as being slightly concerning for other events. Thank you.
Clarification, Janka?
Please, Janka, this is Slovakia. Can you please rephrase the question?
FASFERE.
Oana, FASFERE Romania. Yes, sorry. You mentioned the hotel offers more options for the rooms, like 2, 3, or 6 people could share a room. Did you choose any of those already? Yes, I do mean in this. Thank you.
Janka?
Janka, SPC Slovakia. We were mentioning what are the capacities and possibilities of the hotel. However, for our participants, as we want to ensure the highest comfort and the quality of their accommodation, we were considering only the accommodation for 2 or 3 people living in one room, not 6. That would be maybe option if we are low in the budget. That would be also the option how to save the money. We could accommodate helping team members to the 6, but this doesn't count for the participants. So also in Bratislava and in Drenica, there would be only 2 and 3, and possibility of apartments that would have the own rooms. I hope it answers.
Thank you. KNPSV.
Elina, KNP's for the Netherlands. Can you tell us more about the mentioned Party Express train? Is it only open for the participants of the summer university, or will there be other people on this train? How long will take the ride? Yeah, thank you.
Janka?
Thank you for the oh, sorry. Excuse me. Janka, SPC Slovakia. Thank you for the question. Regarding the train, we have already contacted the company, and we will strive to ensure that in the wagons that there will be participants. There would be no other people that are not part of our summer university, so that we can enjoy the ride and try to do some activities together. Since it would be the beginning of the event, we had a nice idea to maybe experiment with the EPSA trainers, since this would be a very nice opportunity for them to try bigger groups activities and have some fun with the participants. Regarding the length of the ride, it would be around 4 hours. We were considering various options. This one was the best for us in terms of the comfort of the participants, as well as the money that would be spent. And we were also considering that, for example, if you go to Russia for a trip, you are willing to spend 12 days in the train, so these 4 hours wouldn't be really a problem for us, since Slovakia has a really beautiful nature around, that there is really a lot to see for the foreigners.
KNPSV with a direct.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for your answer. It was very clear. But correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't mention that this is also secured for the ride back to Bratislava. I don't know if it is secured, or is there another transport option back to Bratislava at the end of the summer university or not?
Janka?
Thank you. It's a really great question. We were discussed for sure. There would be ensured also a ride back. We have those several options. Because of the budget, we are not sure if we would also be able to pay for the way back. However, the tickets that we are planning to provide are not expensive at all, first of all. And the second of all is that the location of the hotel is very close, and basically we would start from Poprad. That is 1 hour from Košice, whereas in Poprad there is one airport, in Košice there is one airport. There is very close ride to Krakow and down to Budapest. So we would actually share soon in advance with the participants the questionnaire, where we would ask if they want us to take them back to Bratislava, or they want to finish their ride, for example, in Poprad, from where they can get the other transportation that might be closer to their home, so that they don't have to take all the way back to Bratislava. So we hope that this would be the best solution. So if if they want, we can take them back to Bratislava. If not, we can take them to the Poprad or direct them to Košice or another close city, so that everybody would get home. However, we will also distribute and inform the participants. If they would take the first option to go to Bratislava, they would need to secure probably the later buses because of the length of the ride. But we had secured this as well since we were negotiating with our university that is very welcome to help us and provide us or the participants the accommodation even one day before the event or one day after the event if the participants would like to. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have any direct, so I'll take a new point from Pep.
Inês Apef, Portugal. Regarding the coffee breaks on the budget, the price established per person per coffee break seems okay. However, why did you consider 3 coffee breaks instead of 2, as you mentioned in the schedule of the program? I know it's 3 days, but you just mentioned 2 coffee breaks. And then on the budget, 3. And why did you only consider participants for the coffee breaks and not maybe the trainers too? Thank you.
Bianca?
Yes, this is Slovakia. I hope that I understood correctly your questions. You were asking regarding the coffee breaks, if there are not also covered for the trainers. Yes, please clarify.
Apef?
Inês Apef, Portugal. Sorry, maybe it was confused. So I was asking first, why did you consider 3 coffee breaks on the budget? Because on the program, you just mentioned 2, even though it's 3 days, it was just mentioned 2 coffee breaks. And then I asked, why did you only consider participants on the budget for the coffee breaks and not, for example, the trainers too? Thank you, and I hope it was clear now.
Bianca?
Okay, so basically the number of coffee breaks are approximate. We know that sometimes it happens that some people are skipping the coffee breaks as well. This is the approximate number and can be adjusted if there is a need. The number I don't see where you have seen less or more is what if it was in the schedule or in the budget. I have it open now. But in the budget there is the right of 3 days of the coffee breaks. We were thinking to it depends on the program, and if there are some days that there is the afternoon session skipped or there is a free time, I don't think there is need for the coffee break after all.
I have a point of information from Marco.
Marco, Vice President of Education. I would just like to say that trainers are participants too at events, so just to be aware, GA. Because of the costs that were...
Inês Apef, Portugal. Yes, I'm aware of that, but on the budget, they have 120 participants, and then they mentioned the number of trainers not on the 120, and then for the coffee breaks, they just mentioned 120 people and not 120 plus the trainers. Or did I miss something? Thank you.
Bianca?
For the point, and we will adjust the numbers accordingly.
Thank you. If I don't have any directs here, I will take a question from the alumni. Okay, from Patrick. SPSA will sponsor with 1,800 euros to the event, as seen in the income. How do you envision the tradables and returns for this sponsorship? How will you make it worthwhile for SPSA? Okay, SPSA.
Hello, Laura, SPSA President. So for SPSA Executive and SPSA itself, I can say that we envision this summer university as partly our project and the project how our association can grow. So that's what we take as being worthwhile for SPSA, that it actually makes our association grow, and we are very happy to support whole RC.
Thank you. I now have CSSFD.
Mojca CSSFD Slovenia. In the bid book, you're planning on accepting 120 participants. However, if you see that the interest is going to be high, are you willing to accept more?
Jenka.
SPSA Slovakia, thank you for the question. As I mentioned previously, the hotel has capacity to accommodate 250 participants. So if the participants would if there would be more participants than 120, we would lovely welcome all that would apply, if the situation would, of course, allow it. We don't know how the COVID situation would develop, but we hope that it will be fine till then. So yeah, there is a place, and of course we will accept them.
I have Mihai, the president.
Okay, Mihai, President. I don't know when I did put a new point, but anyway, I wanted to say something anyway. I was just asked the General Assembly to make questions on how, like, to see if SPSA Slovakia is capable of organizing this event rather than focusing more on small details that can be resolved after with the events coordinator inside EPSA. Like, those are the questions that you would mainly need to see if they would be able to organize this event rather than focusing on small mistakes, maybe from the bid or from the budget. Thank you.
I have Afef. I have KNPSV.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. Kathy KNPSV Netherlands. Currently you have no sponsorship on the income part of the budget. But if you manage to obtain a sponsorship, what would be your goal on spending it?
Okay, a clarification from Jenka.
Well, sorry.
Jenka, clarification.
This is what I was asking to repeat the question because I couldn't hear what was saying.
Okay, thank you. KNPSV, can you repeat?
Yes, of course. Can you hear me right now, or shall I type?
You please type, it will be easier.
Okay.
I will read the question. Currently, you have no sponsorship on the income part of the budget, but if you manage to obtain a sponsorship, what would be your goal to spend it on? Janka?
Thank you, Janka, Spaces Slovakia. If we would have more sponsorship fees, we definitely would spend it for even better food, richer coffee breaks with a lot of nice fruits and maybe some cakes and everything, and also to improve the parties and maybe sightseeing possibilities with some maybe attendance to some excursions and so on.
Okay, thank you. I have a 9.3 proposed by PPSA and seconded by BPSA. With this, if the 9.3 is carried, we will go to the internal discussion. If the 9.3 is not carried, we will continue with the speaking order that I have. So, any new point on the I open the floor for the discussion on the 9.3. Do you have any questions? If not, I would kindly ask Mihai. Mihai? Mihai, the President?
Mihai, President, I close the floor. Sorry, it was not working.
Thank you. So I will draw a line and we can vote for, against, or abstain on the procedural motion. Okay. I will draw a line. 21 votes for. So, thank you, Janka. I would like to, now we will need to go to the internal discussion. I will start a breakout room with all the people from Slovakia. So I would like for all the people from Slovakia to type a Y on the chat for me to confirm that everyone are already added. Okay, you can have a final. I don't think you can have it, Janka. I'm sorry because the floor was closed. So, just 30 seconds for me to confirm. Okay, we have 5 people. So you will go together to the breakout room during the internal discussion, and we will see you in the X moments. Thank you for your presentation. I will now add you to the other room. Okay, I start the breakout already. I will ask